Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly, and want to make this video getting ready for the USC game tonight. Man, it's late, 8 o'clock. Hot dang, that late for freaking college football. But, getting ready for the game and for tomorrow's big game, Niners, Cardinals. But I want to talk about sometimes in life, you got to admit when you're wrong. You have to admit it. I think that brings out the best in people. When you admit when you get it wrong, and I got it wrong, man. This offseason, I was critical because we got rid of a lot of players out there. And I just felt, in order for us to be any good, we had to hit in the draft. And so far we have. We got a lot of great players out there, young cats that have really contributed to this 49ers team. And I think they could be good for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And that's exciting. But last year I was critical of John Lynch, Kyle, because I was one of the ones who had the T.O. pom-poms. And I was out there saying it was a huge mistake getting rid of one of our best players, our big hitters, Dre Greenlaw. I'll admit it, man. I was someone that kept saying we need to re-sign Dre Greenlaw. And, the Niners tried at the last second. They once they knew it was over, that he was going to go to Denver, they made a push. And it didn't work out because Dre was like, I already said I was going to sign with Denver. I'm not gonna go back with the Niners, and you got to respect him for that. But looking what's going on with Greenlaw right now with the Denver Broncos, he got hurt in camp. Not really much of a shocker because he got hurt with us a lot. Man, he was hurt. It seemed like every week, every game he was coming out of the game, and then he was always questionable every week. And then last year, he already played. He came back for us. He wanted to come back, and then he got hurt again. So, but, you wanted to keep a guy with him and Fred Warner and Greenlaw for the next 4 years. That would have been sick. However, you saw that today they put Dre Greenlaw on IR, short-term IR, and you're thinking about that. He signed a 3-year deal. That's already, if he comes back this year, it's already been, 1 year? That's 1 year out of the 3 years. And they signed him for, they're almost $30 million or something like that. It was a nice, fat contract. And sometimes the best ability is availability. And, he would he have been healthy with the Niners the way all our dudes are dropping? Hell no. He would have been added to the pack of guys who are injured on IR or whatever. So, to me, you're looking at it, he's getting older too. It's not like he's 22, 23 years old, a young Lion. He's been dealing with injuries his whole career. I remember that game, it was opening game with the Lions, where he had the pick six. We're like, dude, Dre Greenlaw's here. He's arrived. He gets to the pick six, and then he's out for the rest of the season. It's like, what the heck? What's going on here, man? He's hurt already? And then it kind of seemed like it was a recurring thing where he did get hurt quite a bit. And last year when he came in that one game, it was like, yeah, dude, he was awesome. I was like, all right. But then that game, it was who was against the Rams where we had to have it. He got hurt. Remember, he got hurt and he didn't come back and that game, and then he didn't come back the rest of the season. But sometimes in life, we want to just think about the past and the good times that we had, kind of like when you're dating a girl and it's going great, and then you guys keep arguing, but you stay with them because you think about that great time you went to Disneyland with them, or the boardwalk, or you went on a family trip with their family, but you forget about the times where it was chaotic. And that's kind of it is with Dre Greenlaw, man. He's someone, again, always gets hurt, and we saw it today. I put on IR for at least 4 weeks. And do I think he'll come back? Maybe he might come back this year for the Broncos, but it's just going to be a recurring thing with him, especially now that he's 27, 28, and he's getting older. And yeah, man, we dealt with that with him all the time. And we're dealing with guys right now. So at the end of the day, you can't get mad at players for getting hurt, but you could be smart about it. And the Niners, I think, luckily didn't resign him. They tried to at the end, but that would have been a lot of money for someone that's not even playing at all. And the best part about this is D. Winters. D. Winters right now, he's a young Lion. I was pissed off because last year I kept saying D Winters needs to start, not be our third linebacker. No, he needed to start last year. He would have gone through his growing pains, yeah, but let him go through his growing pains because you have the guy for 4 years. He was a 6th-round pick, I believe, 6th, 7th. So I think we're still going to have him for another 2 years after this, 1-2 years. So you want to get these guys that you see flashes and let them go, man. Just let them go and play. You don't need to be keeping guys like Devondre Campbell or guys like that. And because you know that what they are, man. You know exactly what they are. So that's the good part right there. Because if we signed Greenlaw, who knows what the hell would have happened to D Winters, man? If he would have even been playing, because last year he should have got an opportunity, didn't get an opportunity. So you save so much money, man. We saved $30 million right there for not signing Dre Greenlaw, guy that he's hurt. And again, I love Dre, man. I thought he was one of my favorite players out there. But you see this, and you're like, man, this always happened, man. Always happened. It kind of who remembers Reuben Foster, guy that we had too before we kicked his ass off the team because he was getting in trouble with the law. But he would always come in the game and then he would get hurt. And then you saw there that one time when it was his rookie year where just John Lynch was on the table, just banging the table like, damn it, man, this sucks. Why is this happening? But he was always hurt because he was so damn reckless with his body. He would just throw himself and he would get hurt. So that's kind of Dre Greenlaw's game too, man. He's someone, in order for him to be that great, he gets 110% every play. And that, I know we don't want to say it, but that does cost you it hurts your body. It takes a toll on your body. And it definitely took a toll on his body, man. So I wish the best for him. I really do. But looking on hindsight, yeah, I'll say I was wrong, man, because you want guys out there that could play. And if you're constantly hurt, man, you're just wasting away money, and you got to be smart about these things. And that's the one thing in the offseason where I just kept saying, we better re-sign him. And yeah, man, just seeing him out for another 4 weeks. They said he might come back in November. Who knows if the Broncos are any good by then, Same thing with us. Same thing with the Niners last year. He tried to come back November, December, but the season was pretty much, it was a writing on the wall for us last year. It was great seeing that game where he came back because you saw he has a heart. The guy has a heart, but sometimes your body just says, I can't do it no more, You just can't do it no more. So it's just like those old boxers, that coming out of retirement, like Mike Tyson, poor guy coming out of retirement against Jake Paul, and everyone's saying he's going to knock him out. I'm like, dude, Father Time's undefeated for a reason, and he just couldn't throw those straights like he used to, couldn't do those hooks. He would go halfway and stop, and that just happens, man. So, again, want him the best for him, but at the end of the day, man, you got to be pumped up with with D Winters, a young lion, man, flying all over the field. He's really competing. Him and Fred Warner, man, they're competing for some of the best linebacker, the best 1-2 duo in the NFL, man. So yeah, great to see that, and hopefully we can get the W tomorrow. And yeah, it's exciting, man. Now I'm off to watch the USC game, man. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they go 4-0. I like all the California teams, man. I really like rooting for all these guys, but I think USC right now, they're probably the team that most promise, because, man, UCLA sucks. Stanford, they lost their opening game to Hawaii. Jeez, man. Come on, Andrew Luck. Get some better players out there. I know you got to be smart and all, but dang. Find somebody that doesn't. Never mind, I'm not going to get into it. All right, man. I'm out. Peace.